Welcome everyone, and thanks for joining me for my Q&A video session, whatever you want to call it. I just want to say thank you to all of you guys that came along and watched the 40-second video and left a like, left a comment, left a question. And my God, there was so many. There is so many for me to actually go through here. So I say we get things underway as quick as possible. So the first question comes from The Orange Gamer. The Orange Gamer. He goes, there he is, everyone, the man behind the sick content. Thank you very much. My question is, will you do more My Player career on FIFA 17? And what are your thoughts on Manchester United's new signings performances so far this season? Have I done My Player career on FIFA 17? Do you mean as in carry it over from FIFA 16? I did a small series, didn't I, on FIFA 16. Will I do player career on FIFA 17? Probably not, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, at the moment, as you'll know, I haven't uploaded any career mode whatsoever over the last couple of weeks. I've just found it so dull, so boring, FIFA 17 career mode. But whether I upload any player career mode, I think that's pushing it just a little bit. But we'll see. I mean, maybe my mind will change. Maybe I'll want to switch things up. Maybe I'll want to give it a go before FIFA 18 is released. What are your thoughts on Manchester United's new signings performances so far this season? Well, only 4 players were brought in the summer by Jose Mourinho. Eric Bailly, there was Henrik Mkhitaryan, Paul Pogba, the world's most expensive player, and Zlatan Ibrahimovic on a free from PSG. I think overall performances have been pretty well. I mean, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, there was loads of questions by the English press. Will he be able to make it in the English Premier League? I don't think he will. There was all this nonsense, wasn't there? Classic English press. But he's fastly approaching 30 goals this season, and hopefully if he stays on for a second season at United, and I hope he does, even though he's linked with the move to the MLS, I think he'll continue on. He's just that good of a player, Ibra. Paul Pogba, world's most expensive player, 89 million up to 100 mil, something like that. There's a lot of question marks surrounding him at the moment. Things just haven't been right. But I mean, I think he celebrated his 24th birthday just the other week. He's still young. He's still got plenty to offer in the upcoming seasons. And I'm sure he'll get there eventually. He just needs to settle down now. Stop paying so much attention to his hairstyles. And I'm not too fussed about the dabbing and everything. Save that until you've scored a goal or you're celebrating with your other teammates. I'm not bothered about that. But as long as he's putting in the shift that we expect and that we've come to know when he was at Juve, then I'm more than happy. But Mkhitaryan, I think that was wise of Mourinho. Perfect, really, from Mourinho to keep him out of football for the first couple of months of the season, just so he can integrate into life here in England. And look at him now. He's picking up where he left off from when he was at Dortmund, almost at his very best. I think he's at the age of, what is it now, 28, 29? I think there's probably still another good couple of seasons left in Henrik Mkhitaryan. And Eric Bailly has been brilliant since arriving. He's still, again, young, only going to get better. Such a solid centre-back for Manchester United. Next question then. There's just so many. Okay, it comes from Kampai, I think that's how you pronounce your name. What's your favourite United icon or player of all time? That's a tough one because there's been so many. But for me, it probably has to be Ronaldo. Ronaldo, followed closely behind by Ruud van Nistelrooy. Ronaldo, I saw him from his debut when he came off the bench against Bolton. And then we saw him on his very last game as well before he moved to Real Madrid. He's one of a kind. And you see this debate nowadays, Messi, Ronaldo, who's better? I'm not bothered by that. I just like to sit back and watch these guys perform, because I tell you what, it'll be a very sad day when these two decide to hang up their boots. But for me, yeah, Ronaldo, the amount of goals he scored, the amount of assists he made, and just his overall playing style. I remember the stick that he got when he first arrived. Who tapes up their ankle? Because that wasn't a thing back then. Taping up your ankle in white tape, wearing these silver boots. And the amount of stick that he got and those blonde highlights he had in his hair as well. But he proved all those doubters wrong. And now you see all these people that were against him when he was at United saying, oh, he's such a world-class player. I love Ronaldo. Some of them are probably still bitter, but they just can't get used to the fact that Ronaldo is world-class. and how well he did in the Premier League. Ruud van Nistelrooy as well. I mean, Ruud was just, you knew what you was getting with Van Nistelrooy. Stick him up top, he'll score you a goal or two. I always remember in the 02-03 season, that's probably one of his best seasons at United. He'd just come back from that long-term injury because we signed him and he was injured. But that game, we played Juve in the Champions League. I think it was in the quarterfinals, was it? Or was it the knockout stage? It was in the 02-03 season. And he scored a couple of goals and he just lobbed the keeper. I think it was Buffon. Was it Buffon that was in goal? I'll have to go back and check that. But if you get a chance, go on YouTube, check those goals out. It was the way he went about it. It's just, there was finesse there. The style of his play was brilliant. The next question comes from Ollie Richardson. Is that the Emirates? You an Arsenal fan? Why do you support Manchester United? He asks. It goes back to May 1999, Champions League final, United against Bayern Munich. I remember walking into the living room, my two brothers round the TV, and as I can see the players walking out into the pitch, and I wanted to watch it, and I sat down. We went a goal down, and the rest was history, really. That comeback, absolutely sensational. There's just a romance about Manchester United. You just have to know what's going on at the club, who's leaving, who's arriving, what the result was on the weekends, who scored, just goes on, and pulled me in from that very goal from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Just pulled me in, and again, the rest was history. Okay, next question comes from Dan MUFC 1999. Great year. Hey Payton, brilliant news that you finally decided to reveal the mysterious person behind the mic. Where is your question? Now, question. How long and what is the process when you edit FM/FIFA videos? Always been interested to find out what goes on. I normally do the bulk of my editing on a Sunday afternoon when Super Sunday is on. As you can see with my monitors behind me, I've got Graham Souness on one side talking nonsense, and I'm editing FM or FIFA on the other monitor as well. And an episode of FIFA career mode will probably take about 10 minutes, probably less, maybe a bit more. If something is really happening on Super Sunday, then I'll just sit and watch that and kind of put that on the back burner, the editing. But I will, it normally takes about 10 minutes or so. Bradley PAFC, why have you took so long to reveal your face? Well, at the time, 3-4 years ago, YouTube was a lot different. I mean, for my channel, I didn't really see the need for facecam. I thought it was a bit, well, because of the times, you would just record your video, edit, upload, move on to the next episode. Whereas now, obviously, there's so many people doing facecam. And I do see the comments as well of people saying, oh, you don't need facecam, I don't want to see it, and things like that. It just distracts from the content that you're actually trying to put out there. But I think with the times where they've gone, how they've moved on, how they've shifted, I think I'm gonna have to join as well. So I'm gonna have to try and find a way of getting my face onto some of my career mode episodes. We'll just have to wait and see. Why do you play career modes? I think the same answer for the majority of people. I think it's just a go-to mode which you're going to play if you're not feeling in the mood for a bit of multiplayer action. You know, you're going to go straight to your career mode, challenge yourself, maybe go through from League 2 up to the Premier League, maybe win the Champions League with someone like Leyton Orient, for example, or go abroad to Spain or France. It's just one of those things, and bringing in players as well that maybe some hidden gems you don't know. But career modes, I think, it's kind of got a bit stale for FIFA 17, which is why I don't really see myself recording it at the moment. What else have we got here? What is your best moment on YouTube as well, he asks. My best moment, it's probably when I first hit 1,000 subscribers, and then when FIFA 13 came out, FIFA 14, we've grown up to 5,000, 10,000. I'm just under 40,000 now. I mean, it's been going a bit slower recently, but you know, being able to reach 40,000, it's such a milestone really on YouTube, especially nowadays with so many people wanting to produce content, wanting to upload, especially doing the same thing here on YouTube. So that's got to be one of my best moments. I've I've had a few. I mean, at the time when I first started YouTube, you'd see some content creators being given these codes for games to give out. And when I was approached by the developers of, do you remember Call of Juarez Gunslinger, when I did a giveaway for that? When I was approached by a developer to do a giveaway, that was brilliant. That was something I'd never experienced before. And being able to do a giveaway for you guys here on this channel was just brilliant. Next question comes from Maniac Man. Are you a Manchester United fan? Yes. And if so, what do you make of this season so far? I think this season so far, it's been okay. Aside from our league position, I mean, we've picked up so many 1-1 draws at home. That game against Burnley at Old Trafford, the amount of chances we had, but yet I think they went down to 10 men as well, yet we still couldn't get the win. If we won all of those games, just imagine where we would be. We might even be challenging Chelsea for the title at the moment, but we're currently 5th after that win against Middlesbrough. That was so crucial. But I think, league position aside, the progress we're making on the pitch is certainly something to look forward to come next season. I think we'll be a lot better off. I think Mourinho's starting to come round to United's way of thinking, how we went about business. We would just go for it every single game, every week. And so that's good to see. I think we'll be there or thereabouts come next season. We should really be challenging for the title next season. There's no excuse if we're not. And also, hopefully we get Champions League this year. If we can fight, we've still got plenty of games to go. We could get 4th or 3rd. And as a United fan, I shouldn't really be saying that. We should be aspiring to be much better. Question comes from James Marsden. Other than FIFA and WWE, what games do you like to play? What's your favourite game of all time? What other games do I like to play? It's got to be action-adventure. At the moment, I find myself in the world of Ghost Recon Wildlands. Loving that in Bolivia at the moment. And if you follow me on Twitter, I am uploading some amazing shots that I've took on the PS4. Really love them. And there's, I think, people that are playing it on PC at the moment. They've got the NVIDIA, is it Ansel? Which is like the photo capture mode. And the pictures that they are taking are incredible. So yeah, I'm loving Ghost Recon Wildlands at the moment. I love things like Mafia, the Mafia series. And also, what's your favourite game of all time? That's a tough one. Split between Uncharted and The Last of Us. Both from Naughty Dog. They know how to deliver a game. They know how to deliver a series. Such an emotional rollercoaster, The Last of Us. I remember when I did my playthrough of it. There was this one moment where you were going through empty houses and scouring for supplies, but it was just, there was no music. It was completely dead. People, you could tell that people had lived in these houses. They were families, and it was just, in a way, serene, but yet kind of scary, just to think that what if this did happen in real life? And it was sad to think that these people were once living, and now they're no longer here. They've completely abandoned everything that they knew, and it's just a fantastic roller coaster, really, of emotions for The Last of Us. So that has to be up there. Quite a modern game as well, really, when you think about it, of all the other games that have been released. I think I'll probably put the Assassin's Creed series up there as well. Lewis Stansfield, this is an interesting one. We have to sell one of them. Rashford or Marcial? Rashford or Marcial? Who would I have to sell? I would sell Marcial. Tough one. Marcial, I'm not sure why. If I was given an ultimatum, if I had a gun put to my head, Marcial or Rashford, it would probably be Marcial. I would want to keep the roots of Rashford. He's come up through the United Academy. He knows United inside out. He's had that journey, whereas Marcial, we brought him in from France, from Monaco, wasn't it? So it would have to be Rashford. I would want to keep him at United. He's United through and through. Whereas Marcial, you think to yourself, well, if a really good offer came in for him, would he be that loyal? I mean, he's come out recently and said he can see himself staying at United for so long because of the passion of the fans. But if a really good offer came in for him, is his agent going to be in his ear saying, "Come on, let's move. We can get a really good deal here. Think of the money you'll earn." I reckon he'd be off in a heartbeat. So it's got to be Rashford. Rashford is his club through and through. Next question comes from Siddharth Kapoor. I think that's how you pronounce your name. If it's not, then I'm sorry. If you could sign one player for Manchester United, who would it be? I think at the moment there's a couple of positions that need strengthening, that need looking at for Mourinho in the summer. You've got central midfield, Michael Carrick getting on a bit, probably not far from retiring, and also Zlatan Ibrahimovic up front, again getting on a bit. Can he keep up that same level of performance next season and the season after? Will he even be here next season? So I'm probably looking at someone like Harry Kane from Tottenham, although it would be very difficult to get him from the clutches of Daniel Levy. Or maybe even Toni Kroos, who almost came to United a couple of years ago when David Moyes was in charge. Could we get him from Real Madrid? I think he would be the perfect replacement. Or maybe someone like Verratti for the replacement of Michael Carrick. SA Gaming System, can you do the Griezmann celebration? What is that? Is that hotline bling or something like that? There you go, I've just done it. Next question is Barca forever. My question for the Q&A is, are you ever going to go on tour? Go on tour? As in like be at the O2 Academy and be on stage? Don't see that happening, although I might be at Eurogamer. I mean, I went to Eurogamer a couple of years ago now when it was down in London at Earl's Court. I went for 2 years on the run, and that was quite cool. Quite enjoyed that. I only went for the 1 day though, so maybe this year or maybe next year I'll be at Eurogamer, because I think it's moved up to Birmingham now, the NEC. So maybe I'll make an appearance. That's if they'll allow me. We'll see.